Welcome to a Yin Yoga sequence based on the liver and gallbladder meridians. Please set yourself up with 2 pillows. If you need more cushioning, a blanket, blocks, please go ahead and set yourself up. I'll meet you in a seat. Elevate your hips and find a comfortable seated position with the hands resting gently on your thighs. Let's take a moment here to observe our natural breath flowing in and out of the body through the nose. Broaden the skin of your lower back and feel the breath flowing through the body 3-dimensionally, expanding to the sides, forward to the back. And feel how this energy of breath is nourishing your whole body. Before we start our Yin Yoga experience, I'm going to guide you through a short breathing exercise. This is a very simple breathing technique that everybody can practice. We're going to use our Ujjayi breath to guide us, inhaling to a count of 4 and exhaling to a count of 4. We're going to progressively extend the exhale breath to a count of 5, then 6, then 7, and up to 8. Just follow my instructions and keep the soft Ujjayi breath in the back of your throat, steady with the same intensity from the beginning to the end of each breath, sounding like this. Let's begin. Empty the breath out and inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your natural breath. Open your senses to the feelings arising with the practice. When the mind is quiet like this, we're most receptive to find our intention, our positive affirmation from the heart for our practice. It can start anything like I am, I have, I trust, I accept, or I honor. Anything that comes to your mind that you want to give more energy to. Listen within. And let's seal your affirmation and open our practice with one Om together. Take a full breath in. Exhale everything out. Inhale for Om. Bow down to your heart. Feel the residue of the sacred sound. And open your eyes. Let's begin in our first posture, which is going to be Sphinx pose. Come onto the belly, maybe place a blanket underneath the hip bones if you're sensitive at this area. And place your elbows right underneath the shoulders. Palms facing down, forearms parallel. If this feels challenging for you, you can walk your elbows further forward and away from you. Practice Yin Yoga with closed eyes whenever it's possible. If you don't feel comfortable with closed eyes, just look down the nose. Make sure to not wander around and check things out. Try to stay calm within. Play with the position of your head, either looking straight forward or dropping the head down, forehead towards the floor. Could be supported with pillows. Depending on the postures, it really takes up to a minute to find and explore the pose, to settle in, to find relative stillness in the body and the mind. Remember that when we are relatively still, the muscles relax, and we take the posture's effect from the superficial to the deeper layers of the body. If you feel very little here in this pose, feel free to adjust and come up into seal, pressing into the hands, straightening the elbows. Take your time to find your personal shape here in this pose. You will now feel a deeper compression of your lower lumbar spine. Remember your sensation scale, and also know that feeling a modest, mild, dull achiness is absolutely fine. Yin Yoga sometimes is not meant to feel comfortable. Okay, so Just know that and accept the position as it is. And play that edge with a lot of sensitivity towards your body. In this position, we're focusing on our lower back, lumbar spine. So try to relax all the other muscles that you don't need in this posture as good as you can. Starting in your face, your mouth, your legs, your toes. Allow your muscles to relax and calm down. And then slowly prepare to come out of the position. Start bending the elbows. Lower the belly down and place your forearms on top of each other. Rest your head in a neutral position. Feel the rebound in your spine. Slowly start pulling your pubic bone towards your face and then release again. Do this movement a couple of times to release the lower back. Slowly bring the hands underneath the shoulders, come onto the knees and press back into downward facing dog. Make sure to move really slow. There is no rush in this practice. Use a moment here to stretch out the spine, release the neck down, walk the feet out a little bit and stretch. Let's find a squatting position. So walk the feet out, toes pointing into opposite directions. If you cannot come into a squat comfortably, place something underneath your heels. And then bring the hands together in front of your heart, pressing the elbows against the knees and the knees against your elbows. We're releasing the lower back, opening the hips and strengthening the ankles. Staying here for just a minute. Let's move into the second posture. Straighten the legs and find down dog for a moment. And then step your right foot forward behind your left wrist. Lower down the knee in between the hands. And most important here is to find a position that works for your knee. So lean over to your right side. If the knee feels comfortable, you can flex the foot and bring the shin bone a little bit further forward. If the knee feels sensitive, bring the foot closer towards your left hip. You can prop yourself up with a bolster or a blanket underneath the front thigh, and also place some cushioning underneath the back knee if that's necessary. You can stay on your elbows or lower the head down and rest on a cushion or the mat. This is sleeping swan. Again, you take your time and move with sensitivity, awareness, and find a posture you can hold for the next 4 minutes. Stay alert to the sensation in your knees. Watch the pressure. Adjust if you need to. Remember the sensation scale from 1 to 10. Feel free to back off if you feel very tight around the hips. And if you find it hard to relax in certain postures, you can always come back to your breathing of a ratio 1 to 2. This will help you to rest in the pose, to find ease and relaxation. Remember to keep the front foot flexed to protect your knee. And the time is up. Slowly come onto the hands, lean over to your right side and bring your left leg forward. And then bring your right foot to the outside of the left hip. Position your right knee on top of the left knee. Roll your top calf muscle out of the way and find half shoelace. Lean forward only if you have a healthy back. If you have any issues with the lower back, any disorders that you can't flexion the spine, stay upright. Otherwise, find your pose. Maybe use a couple of more bolsters, cushions, to ease into this posture, into this shape. Our practice today is focused on the liver and gall bladder, which is connected to the wood element and the spring season. Spring because that's the moment of the year when the liver gets the weakest and needs more attention. We experience a liver chi stagnation mostly when we have a lot of stress. And one thing that comes with that is irritation, anger, maybe some disturbances of circulation or nerves, equilibrium, coordination. Sometimes tension, cramps, spasm of muscles. So it's very important to look closely at all these symptoms and then work with the body to restore balance again. Slowly move out of this position. Lean back and just bend your right leg and move into full shoelace. Stack the knees on top of each other and sit with both sit bones equally grounded. If it's not possible on the mat, then elevate your hips, sit up on a bolster or block. Level your heels. Move the flesh of the calf muscle out of the way. And then stay either seated upright if you already have enough sensation in the hips, or walk the hands forward, lower the forehead down onto a bolster, or come onto your elbows, rest your face in the hands. Find your shape. Notice if this is too much, you can come back to the previous posture and do half shoelace for another couple of minutes. Stay honest with yourself and check in with the body from time to time. See if you need to adjust yourself deeper or come out of the shape a bit. We have 1 more minute to go. And then slowly come up, hold there for a moment. Lean the hands back and straighten your left leg out. Bring your right foot to the outside of the left knee and hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Walk your left hand down towards your hip. And then take a deep inhalation to lift the spine and exhale to twist a little bit deeper. You can do this movement a couple of times until you find your position. We're going to hold the pose for 3 minutes. Just make sure to sit with a straight back, to relax the shoulders, your toes. Just focus on the twist in your spine. Twisting through the rib cage stimulates the Gall Bladder meridian, which helps the liver, spleen, and pancreas. You can always adjust the pose less or deeper. I'm now bringing my right hand to the inside of my left thigh to stabilize the posture. You can keep your eyes closed or just look down the nose. Breathe naturally or come to a soft Ujjayi 1-to-2 ratio breath. We have 1 more minute in this pose, more minute in this posture. And then slowly release the posture. Let's come into a counter twist to the left side, just very gently. And then slowly look forward. Let's come into downward facing dog. Take a moment here to find length in the spine again. Walk the legs out. And then step your left knee in between your hands, lower down the foot for swan on the other side. Remember, take your time. Feel into the sensations in your knee, in your hip. Place bolsters, blankets underneath the front thigh, the back thigh, and the back knee if needed. And then lower down. Again, there's no need to find your maximum shape straight away. Just move slowly. Know that you can always adjust. But once you find your posture, try to be as still as possible. Breathing naturally or coming into our 1-to-2 ratio breath. One of the many beauties of Yin Yoga is that we suddenly have time. We are gaining time. We are giving ourselves time, doing nothing, being in a pose, and just seeing what comes up is already a gift. When during the day do we normally have time to just sit and be still without having to read, speak, or do anything really? The silence might sometimes feel like an empty space, but whenever we fine-tune our senses, we may discover that space is not empty, but rich and full. It's a time to sense and feel, to watch and learn, and to listen, to wait. All these spaces are beautiful gifts. We have half a minute more in this shape. And just see if you can soften and melt into the pose a little bit more. And then slowly press into the hands. Come up and lean into your left hip to slide the right leg forward into a straight line. And then bring your left knee on top of the right. Remember your options. You can sit up onto a bolster. You can stay up straight. You can place a pillow in between the thigh and your torso, or just support the head. Find your shape, take your time, and then ease into it. Find your still space. One more minute. We're going to move out of the position in a moment. If you haven't done the full variation of shoelace, you can stay here and extend this posture for another 4 to 5 minutes. If you want to do the full shape, slowly come up and bend your right knee. Bring the left knee on top of the right. Align your heels. Get the flesh of the calf muscle out of the way and maybe sit up on a block if you've done it before. Use the beginning here to find your shape. And again, it's about finding your edge and playing that edge. That means that the pose might not feel comfortable. It's not supposed to feel comfortable. We do want to find the point of resistance, because much of the benefit of the practice will come from staying in this zone of discomfort. Even if the mind wants you to leave and to come out of it, this too is part of the practice. Surrender. From time to time, check in with the body, the sensations. See where you're at if you need to move deeper or out of the shape. Remember your scale from 1 to 10 and don't move further than 5. Be patient and be loving to yourself. One more minute here. Slowly move out of the position, lifting the chest up. Move slowly, with control. And then lean back into your hands. We're coming into our twist. Right leg is straight, left foot to the outside of the right knee. And then place your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Hook your elbow. And your hand is moving down towards the thigh. Take an inhalation breath to lift the spine up and exhale over to your left. Remember to keep the spine long and to really lift out of your trunk. Crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Left shoulder is moving back, and maybe even your left hand can come into your right thigh. Stabilize your position, close your eyes, and enjoy this deep, deep twist. Soften your face. Slowly come out of the position, look forward, and then counter twist gently to your right side. Take a few breaths here and let the spine unravel. And slowly come out of the position. We're moving into square. Place your left foot right underneath the right knee and then draw your right foot in front of your left knee. I will now show you a deeper variation by placing my right foot on top of the left knee, and also how you can set yourself up with cushions. The cushions are basically there to fill the gaps between the floor and your knee, or your right knee and your foot. The key in this position is to feel the juiciness in your outer hips and not in your knees. So please be mindful. And also remember your other options. You can elevate the hips by sitting up on a bolster or blocks. You can sit up straight, or if your back is healthy and your hips open enough, you can slowly move forward. If you're wondering why this position is called square, it's because both of your shin bones are parallel or square to the front edge of the mat. Remember that we're working on the liver and gall bladder meridians, which are directly related to the wood element and the season of spring, which is the moment of the year when we plant seeds and make plans for the future. The liver influences our capacity to make plans and have a sense of direction in life. And because of this quality, the liver is said to be the origin of courage and resoluteness. Now, knowing this, and in case this posture feels challenging, know that you are actually working on meridians that will help you find the strength and activate the liver chi to push through and realize, bring all your plans into action. And then slowly come out of the position. Lean back into your hands, and we're going straight into the other side. Measure the position by bringing the right foot underneath the left knee, and then fold your right foot into position either in front of your right knee or on top of it. Remember the options with the cushions. You can sit up straight or slowly move a little bit deeper into the posture. Again, take your time to settle in. Find your edge, and then if you need to add the breath to it, ratio 1 to 2. Commit to being here, still, and reflecting on the experience of the pose without any judgments. Observe the quality of your stillness. We have 1 more minute to go. And then slowly lift the head up. Come out of the position. Hold there for a moment. And we're moving into a short counterpose. Bring the feet in front of you, hands behind you, and come into windshield wipers. Move your knees from left to right to reduce the sensation in the hips. And let's move into our last posture before Savasana, which is frog pose. Place some pillows or a bolster in front of you and use one pillow underneath each knee. Place your knees in one line with the hips and your heels directly behind your knees so that the shin bones are parallel to each other. Take a moment to look back and check in with the position of the feet, your shins, your knees. And then see if you want to stay up on your hands with straight elbows or lower down onto the elbows and rest on top of a cushion. When the hips are in one line with the knees, gravity has maximum effect. So if you feel discomfort in your knees or your groins, you can also move the hips a little bit forward. That's okay. This posture is a very deep groin opener and also provides a slight back bend which compresses the lower and the upper back. That's also very beautiful postures for women who are suffering from cramps during the menstrual cycle. And it's often a very tough pose, especially for men. Take a couple of nice balanced breaths, and if you feel that you need to go and move into a ratio of 1 to 2, this is the moment. It will help you to breathe through the posture and find ease in the mind as well. So before I let you rest here for 5 minutes, I just want to make sure that you stay aware of the sensations in your hips. Don't move higher than a 5 on your sensation scale. We don't want to stretch the ligaments and the joints of your hips. All we want is to put a mild stress onto that area. So feeling a dull achiness is absolutely fine, but if you feel that your breath is restricted and you're moving into a sensation that is not comfortable to hold anymore, please move out and be gentle to yourself. This is not about beating any records or moving extremely deep into the pose. It's about what you feel and how you feel in it. Close your eyes and go through the gate to your internal landscape. Exhale every part of your being, physical, mental, and emotional. Settle your bones and the back of your skull. Soften the skin of your face. And relax as good as you can. We have 1 more minute before coming out of the posture. And then bring the hands underneath your shoulders and press firmly into the palms. Lift the chest up. Come onto your toes. Lift the knees up and bring them to the center of the mat. Move slowly, take your time. You will feel very vulnerable here after this intense posture. So maybe add some spinal movements here in a tabletop position, circling the hips, articulating the spine, just feeling a little bit of release around your hips. And then bring the knees together and the feet, rest in child's pose. And then slowly lift the head up, lift the spine up, and sit back. Bring the feet in front of you, hip distance width apart. Place your hands to the outside of your knees and press the knees against the hands and the hands against the knees. Finding the strength in your center again. And then bring your elbows to the inside of your knees and press them against each other. And release. Let's come into the final pose, which is Savasana. You might want to get warm, put on socks and a sweater, get your blanket out, cover yourself. If you like to release your lower back, you can also place a bolster or some cushions underneath the knees. And if you have an eye pillow ready, place it on top of your eyes and relax. Take a moment here to find a supremely comfortable position. Maybe open your hair if it was tied up. Bring the feet a little bit wider than hip distance width apart and place the arms next to the body, palms facing up. Open your mouth slightly and relax your jaw. Relax all the tiny muscles around your eyes. And let the skin of your forehead melt down towards the ears. Your tongue is gently resting on the back of your teeth. The root of your tongue is broad and your upper palate free. Let a deep feeling of relaxation wash over you. Empty your muscular tension. Feel the weight of the bones heavy. Let your organs sink to the back of your body, slowing down. Allow yourself floating downward, rooting into the body, giving yourself to the earth. Relax. 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 And then slowly bring your awareness back into the body. And place your left hand on top of your heart, right hand on top of your belly. Feel your heartbeat and the rising and the falling of your chest and belly. Take a moment here to connect back to the energies in your body, flowing in and out, circulating within. And then send gratitude out to your body, from your skin to the flesh, to the muscles, the bones, all the liquids, organs, all the cells in your body. And then slowly start moving your fingers and your toes. Stretch the arms out above the head as if you just woke up in the morning. Give yourself a good deep stretch. And then draw the knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Take a few breaths here. If you're practicing in the daytime, you're going to roll over to your right side. And if you're practicing in the evening, roll over and rest on your left for a couple of breaths. Extend your top leg and press into your hands to come up into a seat. Bring the hands into Bhairavi Mudra, which is the left on top of your right, palms facing up, invoking the energy of Shakti. This mudra harmonizes the right and the left hemisphere of the brain and unites all opposites, bringing a sense of inner balance. Keep the mudra as it is and just lift the palms up in front of your heart, connecting the palms and the sense of inner balance to your heart space. Bring the hands into Anjali Mudra. Let's close the practice with one Om together. Take a full inhalation. Exhale everything out. And inhale for Om. And bow down to your heart. Let's bow down to each other. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I'm wishing you a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste.